Chance for rain today, high 75, 60% chance tonight, low 52. For tomorrow, a 50% chance for rain, high 60. Partly sunny, 60 on Wednesday, and for Thursday, partly cloudy, high 68. Overnight low was 46. Yesterday's high was 80. Currently, humidity is at 72%. Winds from the north at 5 miles an hour. Pressure at 30.06. Sunshine and 59 currently at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mark Turner there, Mike Dreeth here. We're very fortunate on the show about nothing to have something to talk about this morning. We've got the mayor, His Honor, the mayor of the city of Fairfield, Brent McGuire, on the line. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm good, sir. We wanted to have you on right up front because we understand that you were coming out with an announcement this morning, a major announcement, an important announcement, and we wanted you to share it with our listeners first. What's going on, Mayor?
Well, I just wanted to take the opportunity to, address some issues surrounding the governor's, extension of the stay-at-home order that went into effect last Friday, May 1st. And first, I just want to say I am glad that the order has been modified to allow more businesses to operate. One of the things we've had since the governor's first stay-at-home order was issued, and obviously continuing with this extension, I've received numerous questions about which businesses can be open and which ones cannot. The governor himself has stated that he's not going to police his own order and that it will require self-policing. It's been very evident from listening to the governor and his press conferences that he expects local authorities to enforce the order. And so I just want to let the citizens know, as mayor, I'm not interested in deciding, who's going to be the winners and losers when it comes to what businesses are open and which ones aren't. All of our local businesses have been impacted by the stay-at-home order, and many of them cannot continue to operate under the governor's guidelines. So what the city will do is we will provide guidance as to what is contained in the governor's order, but we do not have the resources to police which businesses should be open and which ones shouldn't be. Again, like the governor said, we're going to leave that to self-policing. So what does that mean for the people? Well, if you don't agree with a particular business's choice to open, you have the right to avoid that business. Now, what I would ask is that any businesses that choose to operate during this time, whether the order considers them essential or not essential, if you decide to operate, I would encourage you to ask your patrons to practice, healthy habits, which includes the social distancing, wearing a mask. And again, I realize some have even questioned the constitutionality of the requirement to wear masks. So what I would offer along those lines is I would suggest, that a business that asks or maybe even require their patrons to wear masks for the next few weeks, it's very similar to what we already have in existence, the requirement to wear a shirt and shoes before going into those same establishments. Now, I want to caution everyone. I want to say that I also believe that to be very careful about looking at only all or nothing solutions during this time. You see a lot of that has to be one way or the other. I don't agree with that necessarily. I see that, some of the risks of not following certain requirements under the current order, but I also see that some requirements are unreasonable. And I don't think we have to make a choice one way or the other. I believe there's a safe middle ground. So what I'm asking is everyone to exercise good sense and judgment when it comes to how they respond to the governor's order. It may be tempting to just absolutely defy the governor's authority or the order, but I don't think that's now is the time for that. There are much larger implications when we respond in that manner. So the next question is, what do we do? Well, we focus on the things we can control. The first thing we can control is the way that we treat others and how we respond to them and what our response is to the governor's order, because other people's may be different than our response. So none of us can afford to completely disregard others just because we don't agree with their stance on these issues. So I'm asking everyone to support each other during these challenging times, regardless of where you stand on the issue. Again, we have many businesses that are suffering, which is causing our local economy to suffer. So local businesses in the city of Fairfield cannot continue like this for an indeterminate amount of time. So here's another thing that we need everyone to do. What I want everyone to do is think of their favorite local business, find their phone number, website, go to their website, call on them, find out how they can get a gift certificate from them so they can help their cash flow during these difficult times. And kind of as I wrap up here, I just want to remind everyone that, we have this next generation, our children, that's watching how we respond. And what they're going to learn is how well we overcome these difficulties we're facing. I believe we're going to prevail through this. We are a community of resilient people. We do a good job supporting each other. And we're all trying to do the best we can to deal with the current situation. And you know what? We're going to be okay. What each of us needs to do right now is to focus on supporting our businesses, friends, and neighbors any way we can. Now, one of the things that the city is doing today, it's already been on the news, but one of the things the city is doing to help businesses is dedicating $20,000 to help small businesses in Fairfield. So starting today, small businesses that are considered non-essential under the governor's stay-at-home order and that are also located within the corporate limits of Fairfield can apply for up to $2,000 in the form of a grant from the city. To get an application, to get that started, you can contact our Economic Development Office at 842-4802. And that's really all I wanted to say.
Mayor, could I just ask a couple of questions? And first of all, thank you very much for coming on the radio station to make that announcement. I do appreciate it. The way I heard that from you, the governor has his order. He's kicked it down to your level to enforce, and you're saying you're not going to enforce it.
What we're saying is we're not going to police which businesses should be open and which ones aren't. We just don't have the resources to do that. Now, we have to be mindful. I mean, obviously, we do have a police department, and we don't want people that just go out there and start anarchy, so to speak. There still are things in place, but yeah, what we're saying is on a local level, we're not going to police the issues of which businesses should be open, which ones shouldn't. If someone is concerned that someone's not wearing a mask out of place, that's not something we're going to get into at this time.
Because there was some static over the weekend of people at some businesses causing some issues in town because people weren't wearing masks. You're not going to get in the middle of that fight.
No, as far as enforcing the issue of them wearing a mask, we're not going to. Now, obviously, the governor does have an order that does require that, and if a local establishment includes it as a requirement for a patron, and the patron doesn't go by that, at that point it's up to the business as to whether or not, it can become a different issue at that point. It could potentially become a disorderly or a trespass issue, which is an issue, that's kind of separate from the actual order. But for the most part, yes, we're not going to get involved in that unless it becomes a disorderly issue.
Let me ask, how does this relate to dine-in restaurants?
I'm sorry, dine-in restaurants?
Yes.
Well, as I said, each business has to make a choice as to how they want to operate, and we're not going to police how they choose to operate. We would ask again, or remind people about social distancing and 6 feet apart, and encouraging people to wear masks and use things. But we're not going to police that.
Okay, but businesses, like you just said about shirt and shoes, businesses can require masks, and you're not going to get involved in that, right?
That is correct. That is correct.
Let me ask you a couple of the real quick questions. Will City Hall remain closed?
I'm sorry, what about City Hall being closed?
Will it remain closed?
Will it remain closed?
Yes.
For the time being, but we could see some changes in that.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Tom. You got one?
Yes. So, Mayor, have you talked with Clark Griffith at the Wayne County Health Department about this and seeing where he stands on it?
Yeah, I've had pretty regular conversations with Clark as far as this stance. I have not specifically spoken with him about it. I'm not asking people to defy the order. I'm asking people to comply with the order. I'm just telling people we don't have the resources to enforce it the way that the governor may want it enforced.
Let me ask you one other one while I got you here, and we'll let you go after that, Mayor. We really do appreciate you being here. Do you, as the mayor, I'm sure you've kept up with what's going on with Representative Darren Bailey.
Yes.
what's your thoughts about the judge's ruling that the governor's order was unconstitutional?
Well, again, I don't disagree with that. I guess unfortunately that ruling only applied to Darren Bailey, and I think if I saw more recently that they're actually taking another step with that to make sure that it applies to more than just himself.
Okay. All right. Gentlemen, Mark, do you have anything? Mayor, we do appreciate it. I think you've set the record straight, and we do appreciate you taking the time to call us and tell people here where you stand on everything.
Yes, thank you for having the time for me to do that.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. The mayor of the city of Fairfield, Brent McGuire, essentially saying that, yes, the governor has extended the stay in place and other aspects of it, including wearing of masks.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying the city's not going to enforce it, is what he's saying.
Just don't have the resources.
No resources
or the manpower
available.
to enforce that.
And
he's asking businesses, if they open, to use common sense.
And he opened the door to the possibility of dine-in restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
What we didn't get to ask him is you have to worry about people that have state licensure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People like the salons.
Right.
Because that one, the mayor's really not involved. I mean, the state could come in and say, no, you're not going to open. We're going to pull your license if you do. So that's another thing. This is a moving target, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Yeah, it's difficult to.
Well, I appreciate the mayor taking
Difficult
that.
waters to trespass.
We're going to take a break. We come back with our regular lineup of things on Morning Coffee. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.
Carnaby is officially 40 years old. 40 years of fashion. We have shopped the best boutique to make you look your best. 40 years of fun, great memories. We are Main Street and community proud. 40 years of friendship. We appreciate your support of our small business. Our customers have become our family. Your loyalty and friendship is the best part of our 40 years. Thank you. Thank you for allowing Carnaby to be a community tradition.
You know how they say the grass is always greener? Well, at F&B it is. We're pleased to announce new rewards checking account products to help you milk your account for all it's worth. You won't find another cash cow like this anywhere. You can call it an easy way to grow your money. We call it Moolah Cash and Moolah Cashback. Give us a call or visit us online at fnbcommunitybank.com to learn more. FNB, Banking, Business, Life. Member FDIC.
It's here. The Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to your station's website, WFIWradio.com, and click on Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens of gift certificates for places like Three Chicks Fudgery, Act Tire and Auto, Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, and Bullard's Farm Market and Bakery. You can shop 24 hours a day and save tons of money in the process. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
Graber Post Buildings, trusted throughout the heartland of America, provides the highest quality built post and stud frame structures in the country. Visit with one of our dedicated building department members today and let them show you how affordable a Graber Post building can be. Our quality crews can have your building constructed in no time for years of durability and beauty. Our professional sales staff is on hand to take care of any contractors or do-it-yourselfers. Call the trusted tradition, Graber Post Buildings at 800-264-5013 or visit us online at graberpost.com.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when Ferdinand Marcos left the Philippines and Corazon Aquino took over as president?
All of us here have never felt prouder to be Filipinos.
In Haiti, President for Life, Baby Doc Duvalier, also cashed in his chips and moved on. President Reagan told us,
"The state of our union is stronger than a year ago and growing stronger each day."
The Prime Minister of Sweden was assassinated. Jeff Bodine roared to victory at the Daytona 500. And all these songs were winners on the radio.
Secret lover, Nikita, I need you so. This could be the night. I hope the Russians love their children too. I was king for just one kiss.
You've got it now, right? If not, the answer and a splash of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
I've always wanted to learn another language, but every time I try, it never sticks. So I decided to give Babbel a try, and I really like the teaching method of the app. I started with the beginner lesson on Babbel, and it starts with simple words and phrases, and soon you're putting those words into a conversation. Each lesson takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and they're all really different, which keeps things interesting. The app is really smart. It actually keeps track of the words I'm struggling with, so I can practice them and get better. I chose Babbel because it was
February 1986. These dreams go on.
Heart and These Dreams, the top song of February 1986. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
Tuning in the radio, listening to Mike and Mark. It's that
Sometimes Tom.
time once again for the bucket of bug. Bucket of bug, bucket of
Everybody
bug.
together.
Bucket of bug, bucket of bug. Learning something new every day. Hey, bucket of bug, bucket of bug.
Kid's got a nice face, great voice.
A good personality.
He does. A great personality.
He's got a face for radio.
By the way, if you missed it, what you missed was the mayor of Fairfield saying that he is not going to adhere, he's not going to enforce
the
governor's
stay-at-home
order, and that businesses can require people to have masks, but if they don't, he's not getting involved.
And there have been a number of counties and cities in downstate Illinois that have followed through. Marion, the Village of Energy, Harrisburg basically said the same thing. Johnson County came out with a release over the weekend that said, you know what, we're not going to stop any business from being open. And then they added, nor will we arrest anybody sitting in a boat.
By the way,
or people on their way to Florida.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that Johnson County that said that one too?
I don't know.
Yeah, the Bucket of Bunk coming up here on May 4th. By the way, our very best to Christie at Carnaby Square on number 40.
Number 40.
Congratulations. Congratulations to them. Great friends of the radio station.
Salad.
And personal friends. Just a wonderful woman and a great business. And thank you so much for your participation with the radio station. Audrey Hepburn died. I hate it when people die at the age of 63. Man, that bothers me. I can't tell you. She died in 1993. Her real name was Etta Kathleen Hepburn Van Hemstra. Pretty long name.
Yeah.
Okay.
She acted with some of the great leading men of all time. Cary Grant. She was in Breakfast at Tiffany, My Fair Lady. Just an incredible actress. Married to Mel Ferrar. She had 2 miscarriages. Then finally gave birth in 1960. They divorced after 13 years. She spent the last years of her life with a Dutch actor and called them the happiest years of her life. Audrey Hepburn, beautiful woman. George Will is 79. Did you know he's a native of Champaign-Urbana?
I did not know that.
Yes, he's from Champaign. His dad was a professor at the U of I. Real well-known conservative political commentator. He went to England to a Fulbright scholarship. He went and studied religion at Oxford. Got a PhD from Princeton. Not a bad little string of educational credits.
It looks pretty good on your resume.
Anyway, he helped Reagan prepare for his debate with Jimmy Carter. That was his first big. This is who George Will is. In 2015, he got into a match, a Dave Rigg match.
A debate.
With Bill O'Reilly. I don't know if you remember this or not, but Bill O'Reilly did a book called Killing Reagan. And essentially, Will said his vast carelessness pollutes history and debases the historian's craft Oh, well, you know what Bill had to say about that?
Well, yeah.
Many things.
He called him a hack and a liar. That's what he called George Will. They still don't talk, I don't think. I don't think they have each other over.
No.
Married with three kids.
They're not friends on Facebook.
No. Randy Travis is 61 today.
There's a guy with some baggage.
Oh, my. I mean, it goes back to when state troopers found him in Grayson County, Texas in 2012. There was a call of an unclothed man lying in the road. Troopers responded, and they found out it was Randy Travis. Yeah, and then later he had this unbelievable viral I don't even know how to pronounce it. Cardiomyopathy? He had heart problems, okay?
He had problems.
Had viral upper respiratory infection. 3 days later, he suffered a massive stroke. He's just now starting to come back. In fact, he was about ready to be on the road when everything started going south.
And he is doing some very limited performances. I think he's done a song or two at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yes, he did. September 2019, he announced he would return to touring. And so he's had 2 wives. He's doing better.
Yeah.
He's 61. In history, the U.S. formally took over the property for the construction of the Panama Canal. Guess what? We gave it back.
Yeah.
We gave it back. Live models were used for the first time in Playtex bra ads on this date in 1987.
Okay.
1987?
1987. It took that long.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't tell you that I've seen many bra ads on lately. Have you?
Well, no.
I don't think they use TV anymore. All right. Also on this date, May 4th, Gene Vincent recorded in 1956 Bebop-A-Lua in Nashville, Tennessee.
Bebop-A-loo-bop-ba-boom-bam-boo.
There you go.
Oh, that's Tutti Frutti. Never mind.
And at the Ellen Freed Show in 1957 premiered on ABC TV. It was the first primetime network rock show.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Bet he got paid for playing a couple of songs.
Right.
That gets us to the question of the day. The Carnaby Square question of the day is, and by the way, Carnaby Square is the fashion leader and has been for 40 years in downtown Fairfield.
40 years today.
And we had 4,000 people reached with this question. The question was...
By the way, happy anniversary to Christy and all the
absolutely
gang at Carnaby Square.
What are you thankful for during the stay-at-home rule? We had dozens and dozens of things. What are you thankful for during this stay-at-home order?
I'm thankful that I have not killed anyone.
You know, I got to tell you something. You can watch the barometer of people's activity.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You can look at the comments online, the social media. People are getting frustrated.
I'm thankful for the fact that it's forced me to think about things to do. Think in other ways. You know, before, you know, if you wanted something to do, you just got in the car and went somewhere.
Right.
Now you got to think about what you want. You want to play a board game. You want to do a puzzle. You want to work on a project. I mean, you have to think about what you want to do. I'm thankful that this has made me think, basically.
Okay. You, Tom.
I'm thankful that there are positive things out there, like Some Good News with John Krasinski. I post it every Monday on my Facebook page.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then every Wednesday I post the Quarantine Kitchen with Alton Brown, because I love Alton Brown, and him and his wife cooking at home, just being Mr. and Mrs. Brown cooking.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
We had a wonderful weekend out at the cabin.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Worked real hard all day
Saturday.
Saturday.
Beautiful. We took the top off the Jeep and went tootling around.
Well, nobody's going to enforce you staying at home.
Yeah. So.
Emily says my maternity leave, and I'm not going to get to even half of these comments, quite honestly. I'm just going to pick and choose a few. I'm thankful that we live in the country and that we do, and that we don't have to be cooped up inside all the time. Emily says, my maternity leave that should have ended in March keeps on extending. It just keeps going out there. Mary says, all of my family is living with me, which includes my grandchildren. Well, that's cool. That's what I miss. I miss my grandkids. They got here on March 15th. Right now, they're still there. Roger says teachers. That's a good point. Living in a rural community is what Carol says. Terry says, I'm thankful for that it's nice enough to go outside. And what if this was in the middle of winter?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that cool? Ken went on to say, aren't we glad it wasn't during the holidays? There's little things like that
Well,
that make good sense.
You know, Easter, you're gonna have a hard time, taking mom out for dinner this weekend. So
Right.
Gonna find alternative ways to celebrate Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm. Brian says he's grateful that he works on the internet, and Gordy's thankful for Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Avery says to be an essential employee so that I can still work and get paid during this time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there you go. There's some of our comments. Of course, we always like to remind you at this time in the program about Brian Reitnauer at Reitnauer Heating and Air Conditioning. He's the local authority in geothermal. They specialize in hydron and geothermal equipment. Hydron has a great warranty, and they stand behind all their equipment. Reitnauer also does traditional HVAC, and it's starting to get warm. It was 80 on Saturday. You might want to think about that air conditioning unit. He specializes in Rude and Payne furnaces and air conditioning. They do 24-hour service. They take care of Wayne, Hamilton, Clay counties. All you need to do is call. Let me give you the number, 214-2593. That's 618-214-2593. Tell Brian, or his son Destin might pick up, that you heard about it on Morning Coffee. And keep them in mind. Reitnauer Heating and Air Conditioning. Now, we had something happen over the weekend. Does he have the cuts?
I do.
He does.
All right. We need to
He has
address
both of them.
Do we want to address this now, or do we want to kick this down the road?
Let's do it now.
All right. Brother Dave went to the pulpit again this weekend. If you recall, last weekend, Brother Dave did a sermon, What Women Want. And we found some great cuts in that, I thought. And we talked about it. And Brother Dave then said during the week he wanted us to give him what men want. Now, we're all three happily married men, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
we obviously have what we need, correct, men?
Right.
Correct.
Are we all together?
Yes.
Well, but that prompted this from Brother Dave.
Earlier this week, I asked my good friends at WFIW, Mike Dreeth, Mark Turner, and Tom Levine, to give me their lists of what they think a man wants in a woman. And I wanted their lists to compare with what I was preparing for this morning's message and sermon. Well, the only thing I can say, folks, is those guys must all be henpecked and afraid that what they might have said would cause problems at home. Looks like I'm going to have to, in the coming weeks, preach that sermon, Who's the Boss at Your House? That'll be coming up here in a few weeks. You guys need to be watching, okay? But they all did agree that appearance or a pretty face was important. But that's as far as they would go. None of those three guys had the courage to speak up with a list of what they thought a man wants in a wife or in a woman. Now, Mike did say that when he was single, that he had 8 characteristics that were very important to him if he was to get married again. And he stated, while he was dating Carol, that he found out that she had all 8 of what he had been hoping to find in a woman, and so he asked her to marry him. I came up with this conclusion. If Mike had 8 characteristics for Carol to qualify for him, my guess is that Carol had a very short list for Mike to qualify for her.
Oh, man!
But with the absence of the input from my 3 good henpecked friends at WFIW, I have to tell you about my experience with online dating websites.
Hey, fellas, I think you called us out.
Oh, well.
Again, as I said Friday,
What are you gonna
professional
do?
help. Professional help.
Do you feel like you're henpecked, dude?
Not really.
No.
Well, I don't know that I would say I'm henpecked. I'm very much, yeah, be quiet over there. Come on. We don't need that. I think, well, first of all, I feel rather insulted to suggest that Karen, shoot. That got me in trouble.
Christy, you made one sale today.
Yeah. That's her mother, Karen. That Carol had a very short list in what she was looking for in a prospective husband. By the way, Dave goes on to talk about his experience with online dating.
You know, let me just give you my take on being henpecked.
Go ahead.
All right? I rule the roost at my house. Unless I'm told otherwise by Tina.
But, you know, my wife and I have a wonderful system. You know, she allows me to be right once a month.
Like I say, I rule the roost at my house, unless I'm told otherwise by Tina.
I'm rigid yet flexible on that. You know what I asked her this weekend? Because I didn't remember. I asked her when I heard this.
Yeah.
I said, when we got married, did you say that you would obey me? And she said, yes, I did. And I said, I've never called you on that in 15 years. I've never called you in 15 years on that.
Immediately it went, Carol, give me a turkey pot pie.
Bear me right now. Unbelievable. I had no idea. 15 years that she said she'd obey me. And I didn't even know it. She knew it. She could tell me right like that. Let me tell you about Rig's online dating. We might have to share that sometime before the end of the week. But he said he was asked these things. Age. I mean, what he would want.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Age. 64 to 72. Well, at least he's not being a massive geezer.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay? True. Within 50 miles of here. These are the questions they asked him. He wants her to be between 5'4" and 6 foot. Now, here's where he gets in trouble. We're talking about Brother Dave Rigg, who brings the message on his Facebook page every Sunday morning.
Actually, he brings the message that we provide for him, apparently.
Yes.
With the flashing hat and sunglasses.
Here's the question. Yes! You didn't see that,
I
did you?
did see that.
All right. Body type. He was asked.
Okay.
There's
Body
4
type.
choices.
Okay.
4 choices. And you can do all 4, or you can do some combination of the 4. Here's his options when he's looking for a woman. Slim, athletic, average, or curvy. You know what Rigg said?
What?
Curvy was, quote, the polite way to say overweight. End of quote. He said that.
Really?
And he said, no pets. There'll be no pets.
And I'm guessing, based on those statements, he ain't getting no dates.
No, I don't think so. No pets.
And apparently it's our fault.
Of course. Because we're henpecked. You and me and Tom and everybody. Wow. I couldn't believe it when I listened to that. I about fell off my porch. All right. Wow. Well, among other things. Would you get these chickens out of here, Tom? We don't need any more chickens in the... Not let they have little masks on their beaks. Are they allowed in the studio? Okay? Today is Star Wars Day. Did you know that?
May the 4th be with you.
That's right. Yeah. May the Force be with you. May the 4th be with you. Many people are... Disney Plus, by the way, is celebrating by placing the final installment of the newest trilogy, Episode 9, The Rise of the Skywalker, on its streaming platform today. So you can do that.
I can't believe Jeff knew that, and he's here.
The final
Well, get over here so people can hear you.
The final episode of the Clone Wars animated series, season 7, which was revived briefly by Dave Filoni. That has also been placed on Disney Plus today. Normally it comes out on Fridays, but they pushed it back a little bit to coincide with Star Wars Day.
I know where you'll be
it's
this
fantastic.
afternoon.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Huh? What?
Episode 2 is called Attack of the Clones because there's a clone.
Okay, episode 2 of Star Wars, which
Yes.
came out as the 7th film, the 8th film,
I'm
something
too
like that.
confused.
Fifth.
Okay.
Number 5,
I
yeah.
don't get it.
Well,
Why
do you
not
count the
start
Star
with
Wars
number
special?
1?
They.
Okay, the original Star Wars was what,
boy.
number 3?
Yes. Started.
Why?
Go ahead, turn that your way. He's got to explain this.
Yeah, I wanted to explain. Is this? I mean, did Quentin Tarantino have some type of?
Well, no, it's 4, right?
It's George Lucas.
Well, I know, but did Quentin Tarantino, because all of his movies kind of bounce around from?
It was the new math, Mark.
It was.
It started in the middle.
It was there, and it was just Star Wars.
It sounds like a Quentin Tarantino.
And then
It was a trilogy.
Well, as I understand
was
it,
not a
it was
trilogy.
not a trilogy to start. It was just a movie, and then they decided, hey, we're going to make this into more. But they had, you've got the groundwork already from 4, and then they were going to get the backstory for Vader, and so they said, well, we'll get a prequel trilogy for that too. And Lucas kind of had a vague idea of that, but it started off as 4, and then 5 and 6 came, and then they went back to 1, 2, 3. And then Disney took over, and they're like, hey, we can milk this cash cow for a little bit more, and they made the sequel trilogy.
I got a headache now.
So then they made 7, 8, 9.
And then they made anthology films,
So
like
they went,
Rogue
they
One.
went 4,
Yeah.
5, and 6, 1, 2, and 3, 7, 8, and 9.
Yes. And
How
in
Where did the
between,
how did
Now,
they
did
put
Rogue
in-
One come out after The Force Awakens? I think it went 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, Rogue One, 8, Solo, 9.
Remember this?
He always shapes up. Now, why not let the folks themselves ask for something that they like to hear? What they like to hear? Something different. Now, is there anything special that you would like to hear us do? Baseball.
Who's on first?
No, wait a minute, friends.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear that, do you? Yeah, we got the props for you here. Oh, you came prepared, didn't you? All set, huh? Well, this is a must. I guess it's a must. We've got to do it. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let me see. That looks all right. Okay, all right. We'll pretend. We'll just pretend. All right, I'll take it easy with that. We'll just pretend that,
No, get to who's on first. I can't believe it. Go
We
ahead.
get it. We understand. Now, I got
I'm
a
just
question.
saying, you can't talk about Star Wars when I'm here and not expect me to come. That's as open of an invitation
All right.
as talking about MASH and Lord of the Rings.
All right, Jeff. Here's a trivia question for you.
I'll probably not know it.
Name all 9 of them in order.
What
Starting
order?
chronological
with one.
order or
Starting with
the
1.
order they.
Okay. All nine Star Wars films?
Yeah, name them all. Can you do it in
Yeah.
order? In
Yeah. The Phantom Menace, Attack of the
I can
Clones,
do them real quick. Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3.
Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and then The Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
You see, if you had had that on the online dating forum and you were able to do that, you wouldn't have anybody want to date you. Okay.
So
I'm well aware of my deficiencies, Mike.
you
Thank you. I
ever
appreciate
been
that.
to one of those Star Wars conventions?
No.
You would go though, wouldn't you?
No. Absolutely not.
He would probably dress up.
What would be the character that Jeff Vaughn would go as? Well, be careful.
I'm thinking C-3PO.
I don't know.
Annoying character in the trilogy.
Oh, wait
Well,
a minute.
see, I
What
didn't
about
know
Jar
that.
Jar Binks?
I didn't know that.
Jar Jar Binks is one of my favorites.
I was thinking Jar Jar Binks.
What's the big blob?
Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt, yeah.
Or as it was in Spaceballs, Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the Hut.
How did he die?
No, he died
he
because
fell off.
no,
No,
no.
Pizza the Hut. How did Pizza the Hut die?
He got eaten.
He ate himself while locked in the limousine.
That's great.
All right.
All right. How we doing? How we doing on time?
It's time for trivia.
All right.
I have just general trivia for you today.
Trivia about generals. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, you betcha. We're all over
This
the
is
place
potpourri?
today. This is potpourri. Number 1. In a game of bingo, which number is represented by the phrase, 2 little ducks?
2
Did I do that?
little ducks.
Yep.
I have no idea.
Number 2. Which word can go before decision, personality, and second?
Say that again?
Which word can go before decision, personality, and second?
I don't know.
Okay.
You
Number
got
3.
me stumped so far.
According to legend, what was the name of King Arthur's magical advisor?
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, what mythical creature's name is derived from the Latin for one-horned?
Mm-hmm.
And don't say Dave Rick.
No.
Number 5, in the acronym
Acronym.
AKA, what does the K stand for?
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Number 6, give me the first name of Pinocchio's little friend in the Disney cartoon movie.
Okay.
Oh, I know that.
Mm-hmm. Number 6, what term
It's
is
also the
used-
name of a cat.
Is it really?
Yeah, in Meet the Fockers. And,
Okay.
Okay, all right.
What term is used to describe food that has been prepared according to Jewish dietary laws?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Number 7, according to Greek mythology, who was the first woman on Earth? Want a clue? She had a box.
Oh, I know.
Number 8, how is the ground nut better known as?
The ground
Yeah.
nut.
Give me another name for the ground
Ground
nut.
Okay.
Number 9, what does the H stand for in the medical abbreviation ADHD?
Got it.
Number 10, what is the Latin word for seasickness?
The Latin word for seasickness.
Now commonly used to describe any feeling of sickness.
Pucus over the situs. We'll be back with more morning talking right after this.
Uniquely Rustique would like to thank all of their customers for their continued support. They are covered up with Memorial Day flowers. Stop by for ready-made arrangements or get flowers and supplies to make your own. All cards are 45 cents each. Now is the perfect time to send cards to the special people in your life. They are open Monday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 3. Curbside pickup and delivery available. Call 842-3544. Shop Uniquely Rustique for a truly unique shopping experience.
Do you have a check that needs deposited and don't want to make a trip to the bank? With free mobile deposit at People's National Bank, just snap a picture of the check with your smartphone and deposit it into your account anytime, from anywhere, all with PNB To Go mobile banking. Deposits are as easy as tap, snap, and deposit. Plus, it's free. Download the PNB To Go mobile banking app today to get started. People's National Bank, making it easy to bank from anywhere. Member FDIC. Wireless or service fees may apply.
During this troubling time, we at the CRHBC Fairfield Community Health Center, along with the CRHBC Albion Community Health Center, want you to know that we are open and ready to serve you. To keep patients safe and healthy, our clinic is making every effort to see well patients in the morning and sick patients in the afternoon. Are you unable to come in? Not a problem. We can offer virtual visits by telephone or through our telehealth network. Call us today at 1-800-408-7351.
Complete HVAC is concerned about your indoor air quality, so they are offering for a limited time a high-efficiency media filter cabinet, $120 value free of charge when you purchase a Carrier Complete system, furnace with AC or heat pump. The filter has an exceptionally large surface area which traps airborne pollutants and irritants regardless of the season and provides a cleaner, fresher air. Turn to the experts at Complete HVAC, your Carrier dealer in Albion. Call Stu or Sam at 618-445-3329 today for a free estimate.
Carnaby is celebrating the moms who have saved the day. We offer all the best gift ideas that will make her smile. Create a gift that tells her story, amulets, charms, a gift that reminds her of you every time you wear it. With Carnaby's 40 years of fashion experience, we can easily wrap up that perfect outfit or wrap a gift card for mom to shop later. Call 842-7318 for your one-on-one personal shopping, or we can deliver, ship, or curb it. Celebrating the ladies that have always saved our days. Happy Mother's Day!
The Greater Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce wants to remind you, local businesses need your support now more than ever. We support local, and now it's your turn to thank them for supporting your local athletes, students, and community. We're all in this together.
About 9 minutes before 9 now, and Sheldon Bunning from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler has joined us. Good morning, Sheldon.
Good morning, Mark.
How's it going this morning?
It's good.
All right.
Good, beautiful day out there.
What you got going on promotion-wise? Are the new ones out yet?
Well, they are not. They extended everything at the end of the week through today, so we'll get some new promotions and new offers tomorrow.
And they don't
So
offer
we're
you any
still,
clues then, huh? So today,
they're-
you're still going with the 0% financing for 84 months. Is that right?
Yes, we still have that available on several models. So,
And of
we
course,
do have that.
if you go down to Le Mans and get a vehicle, you've got the warranty forever.
That is true. All of our new and used stuff, the used stuff's under 100,000 miles, and as long as they're not a commercial use vehicle, we provide you with a powertrain warranty forever, as long as you own it.
That is pretty impressive. So what's on the lot that's good to go for today? Someone's needing a vehicle.
Man, we've got all kinds of stuff out here. I've kind of got one of my Gladiators rigged up again. I've got a kind of a retro look on it. It looks pretty cool.
Oh,
It's
the
got
white
nice-
one. I saw that. Looks like an old Scrambler almost.
Yes, I've got some more goodies coming for it. So we got to do a little bit more retro fitting there. So it's going to look even better.
All righty. Of course,
We've got just a few 19s left. We've got a couple of 19 Silverados and like a regular cab half-ton work truck. We'll really make somebody a deal on those. Got some really big incentives through the day, end of the day for sure. I got a couple 19 Silverado 2500 heavy-duty trucks. So make somebody a deal on those. And the most important thing that we can talk about today is that I traveled yesterday out of the county, but I did bring back some bootlegged Shriner Vidalia onions.
All right.
Yes, that's what we need for a quarantine relief is a big old sack of onions.
All right.
But
All right.
I've got them up here. I think we're going to eventually get some out here to save a lot, and Kincaid's usually helps us out and sells them too. So, but we've got them here right now if you need them, and we'll get them dispersed here shortly.
All right. How much are they a bag this year?
It's $10 for 10 pounds.
All right. Sounds like a deal. All right. Most important question today, Sheldon. Dave Rigg said that Tom and Mike and myself are all henpecked. Are you henpecked?
No, I'm the opposite of that. Yes.
Okay. Oh. All right.
So
I
the
think
wives.
mine doesn't like me. I don't think mine likes me well enough to keep me, in close.
So your wife is
Stay over there.
rooster pecked.
Well, no. Hey, it's a two-way street there.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. Sheldon, as always, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you on Thursday.
All right, you guys have a great week.
Take care. Bye.
Radar Weather is sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
Does your financial future depend on the performance of a single investment? In any type of market, allocating your investments among a variety of assets may help minimize risk. I understand the importance of asset allocation and can design a diversified portfolio based on your risk profile to help you attain your goals. For details, call me, Chris Connard, at 842-7855. That's 842-7855. Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC. Life well planned.
Your Classic Hits Fairfield area weather forecast: a 40% chance for rain today, high 75. 60% chance tonight, low 52. For tomorrow, 50% chance for rain, high 60. Partly sunny, 60 on Wednesday, and for Thursday, partly cloudy, high 68. Overnight low was 46. Yesterday's high was 80. Currently, humidity at 63%. Winds out of the north at 6 miles an hour. Pressure at 30.05. Sunshine right now, we've got 63 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar looking good this morning as well. Nothing showing up anywhere in the area in terms of precipitation. I want to thank some more of our Fairfield area businesses that are staying strong. Chris Connard, Financial. Also, we want to thank Uniquely Rustique and Carnaby Square. Fairfield Mystery Voice brought to you, or the radar weather brought to you by the Connard Financial Group. I'm all flustered today.
That's
for some
okay.
reason.
I have to say,
apparently I'm henpecked.
don't.
Henpecked.
Yes, you.
Just
It's got the peck marks right there on your face.
Realization that you're henpecked.
All right.
Okay, I'm just for a second. I just want to make sure. Don't miss ever. But today, don't miss the noon news. There's going to be some very interesting news on the noon news.
The Weird Magnet has returned.
The Weird Magnet has returned, and it was in Walmart's parking lot yesterday morning. And it just gets more strange. Don't miss that at noon with Jeff Vaughn, okay?
All right.
12:15.
Okay. Let's get the trivia going
All right.
here. Number one in a game of bingo, which number is represented by the phrase two little ducks?
How about I-22?
I just need the number.
Oh, 22.
Yeah, 22.
22.
22.
There you
That's
go.
all right. I just saw two little ducks.
Yep.
Okay.
Number two, which word can go before decision, personality, and second?
I have no idea. What?
Split.
Split.
Oh.
Split personality.
Good job. That from the peanut
split
gallery. Jeff
Decision
Vaughn.
and split second.
Nice one.
According to legend, what was the name of King Arthur's magician advisor?
Was that Merlin?
Yeah, Merlin.
Okay.
There you go.
I was going to say Merlot.
Hey, Merlot, come on in here.
Number
Merle
four.
Newcomb.
What mythical creature's name is derived from the Latin for one-horned?
Unicorn, right?
Yeah, the unicorn.
I was going to say Puff the Magic Dragon.
Because, you know, he lived by the sea.
Yes, he does.
In a land called Honolulu.
Honolulu, yeah.
Honolulu.
Uh-huh.
That
In
sounds
the
great.
acronym AKA, what does the K stand for?
Known.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Number 6, what's the first name of Pinocchio's little friend in the Disney cartoon movie?
Jiminy.
No. I said Geppetto, isn't it?
No, it's Jiminy.
It's Jiminy?
Jiminy Cricket.
What did... Oh,
is his
Jiminy.
little friend.
Oh, I thought
Friend.
I thought we were talking about...
Not his father, who wishes he were a real boy.
Oh, I missed the whole point of that. Geppetto is from the Pinocchio, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what we're talking about. Pinocchio.
That's the guy.
Well, where am I missing this?
Geppetto made Pinocchio.
Right.
The question is, who was Pinocchio's little friend?
I missed it.
Not Geppetto's little friend.
Little cricket friend, I guess.
Little.
I had no idea. Sorry.
Okay.
Completely lost.
All right.
I'm
Number
henpecked.
6, what term, you're cricket picked.
I'm cricket
What
picked.
term is used to describe food that's been prepared according to Jewish dietary laws?
It's kosher.
Kosher, yep. According to Greek mythology, who was the first woman on Earth?
Pandora.
Yes. Yeah.
Number 8. Give me the other name for the ground nut.
I'll say acorn? What do you think?
Either that or the peanut.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, the
Ellie
peanut.
Whitey's won, the peanut.
Peanut.
All right. Number 9, what does the H stand for in the medical abbreviation ADHD?
Tom?
I knew it when
I knew it when he asked
minutes ago. But because I have ADHD. Hyperactivity. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And number 10, what is the Latin word for seasickness? Now commonly used to describe any feeling of sickness.
Geppetto. No idea.
Nausea.
Nausea. Very good.
Nausea.
Wow, what a full show. We covered some bases today, didn't we?
We were all over the bases.
I'm going to hold
We
on.
could have done a second hour.
We could have done a second hour, especially just with the rig stuff.
Hey, by the way, we've got more coming on.
Oh,
on that.
I'm going to work on that. Anyway, thank you for joining us, and stay here at the radio station. Again, don't miss that new news. I'll talk to you later. Alexa, play WFIW.
It's time for classic hits from WFIW.
News, talk.